Do not fall for this very common YouTube hook if you want your business to reach its full potential, if you want your life to be as amazing as possible, reach your dreams. You cannot fall for this hook. Now, this is very prevalent across YouTube. You see it everywhere. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you what's really happening, why the hook works so you can be aware of it, and why it's actually preventing you from doing what the video claims to teach you to do. So sit back. This is probably not going to be the most favorite video by people. It's going to trigger some people. It's against the grain because it's pointing out some manipulation, some unconscious things that happen on YouTube. And again, none of this is bad. There's no judgment here. But when you become aware of this, it's going to help you actually achieve the success that you want. And you'll have this big aha like I did. Okay. So my name is Gavin Weber. This is Blissfully. Welcome. If you haven't been here before, very excited you're here. I help entrepreneurs, business owners that are more on the personal growth, spiritual side, accomplish something that I call blissfully. And in a nutshell, that would be how to experience who they really are, their love, joy, and abundance, and what that looks like primarily in their business so they can be of service, they can reach their purpose or their fulfillment and achieve their purpose and share their gifts, right? And then the flow side of it is how to actually put it into action, how to live these spiritual principles, how to incorporate it in your business so that your business thrives and you have the freedom and lifestyle you've always envisioned for your life. So over many years and decades of researching this stuff and actually falling short of this, I am now implementing in my own life and teaching what I've learned. And so I'm excited you're here. I'd love to invite you to subscribe. It's a newer channel. All these topics are going to help you grow your business and ultimately be happy, experience your truth. So subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll go on this journey together. Okay, so what is this YouTube hook? And why is it preventing you from actually getting the success that you want? Okay, so here's the hook. And I admit, obviously, what comes across our feed is what's pushed into us. So I have fallen for this and I have realized this and I've had this big aha numerous times, but it's getting more and more and more awareness towards it. And that hook is the make a certain amount of money in a certain amount of time. Okay. So, like a title that says, how to make $1 million in a year, how to make your first $25,000 in 3 months so you can then make $1 million, how to be richer than your wildest dreams. Right. And those, anything that has to do with like $1 million, a certain amount of money in a certain amount of time, it is a wonderful hook. And I want to be very clear. This is not a critique. This is not a judgment. This is not saying you can never watch any of those videos, okay? But what you're going to be very clear about is what's happening when you are clicking on those videos. And I was unconscious about this a lot too. So first, real quick, let's talk about, hey, why do these videos work so well? Well, there's something, if we go really deep, of course, everybody's like, oh, look at this. This person, made $1 million. I want to learn how to make $1 million. And so I'm going to watch this video. And there's something within us intrinsically, this knowing that that's possible. And when we watch somebody else have done that and show what that looks like, we're like, hey, we want to do that. And quite frankly, it's very intriguing. So of course that works for a lot of people, especially business owners, especially entrepreneurs who are looking to learn things that they didn't know that may be stopping them, right? So all good reasons usually, right? So that's the number one reason why it works. Number two, people have this belief that money will solve their problems, that they'll, everything will work better in their business and their life if they have, money. And everybody kind of knows that. So marketers take advantage of that. And number three, it works because it's, it took me a while to realize this, but it's a huge dopamine hook. When you're watching these videos, again, you're like living their experience. It's very entertaining. It's very exciting. It's like, your soul is like, this is possible. Yes, I love this. I want this. And that excitement, creates this reaction in your body and your feeling, and increases your vibration, your emotions. And so you almost become addicted and to watching these kind of videos, okay, which is the slippery slope. It is one of the things I'll be talking about of why it's preventing you from your success. So I just shared those three reasons. So number one, you can be aware that watching all those kind of videos of, you can maybe say get rich quick, or just how to make a certain amount of money in a certain amount of time, they're doing something to you that you don't realize. Okay, so four reasons, and the fourth reason that I'm going to be coming up to here in a few minutes will probably be the most surprising. Will be like, I never realized that. I didn't see that. Let's get started on number one. What they're doing is it's marketing, okay? And they know, what are we going to have to say in a thumbnail, in a title to get your attention? And guess what? Like, we've been conditioned to think that money is the answer, that money solves everything, and that money makes us happy. So they are unconsciously manipulating us with these titles to get us to watch their, video and try to get them into their system. And you know what? I applaud that. Like, I do believe 80% of these people, maybe a little less than that, are wanting to help people and have good intentions. And then they, put this out there and put this content, but it's, I'll get to that in a little bit, but it is a little bit of a manipulation, because in those videos, they might give you good advice, but if that one video isn't going to make you $1 million. There might be $1 million idea in there. There might be something you can implement over time, but it's not like by just watching that video, you're going to make $1 million. So they want to make you believe that, if you have a certain amount of money, if you have money, then you'll be happy. And I talk about this in a lot of my videos, but this is what the result, the negative part about this, what's preventing you, is that then you're searching for all these things to then be happy, meaning you're always chasing happiness based on money, based on goals, based on achievement. And it'll always be elusive. I mean, look at your life. There's been a lot of things that have happened the way you want. Are you as happy as you know that's possible? Are you as happy as you want to be? If you are, I applaud that. But don't get caught in the rat race. Don't get caught in constantly like the rabbit right in front of you. You're the dog chasing it, and you can never catch it because you think it's out there instead of in here. Again, I have many videos on that. Number two. Okay, so quick side note here. I use some notes. You might see me glancing down. I always want to be transparent on these videos to help me remember and stay on track of what I'm watching. And so I just switched pages. And every time I do that, I knock over my microphone, and like it runs into and I should say every time, but the last two times. In the last video, I was editing and I didn't realize my microphone had come out. So the whole second half of the video did not have the mic on. The wonderful world of creating videos and entrepreneurship and all the stuff that no one ever shares or talks about that happens. You're like, oh my gosh, come on. So I just diverted another crisis of the microphone. So back to this. Number two, what happens on these videos is, again, it's got this carrot, it's got this amount of money, and it gets you focused over there, okay, which means you're not focused on what is really impactful, what can make a huge difference, and what will fulfill your soul, which would be learning how to center on your gifts and fulfilling your purpose within your business. Like, what does that look like? All of us have a genius. All of us have what we're really good at, what we enjoy the most, what lights us up. And then Many business owners just focus on all these other things that other people taught them, and then they're not them and they're trying to copy them. So of course they're not happy because they're not sharing their gifts. They're not being who they are. They're not, living the fulfillment, the life, the mission that they came here to live, because they're living somebody else's protocol, somebody else's steps, somebody else's process that they learned, that was probably taught to them by then somebody else, all the way down the line. And a lot of these people haven't even made the amount of money that they've said. It just, sounds good, right? So, but the thing is like, for that true freedom, for the true experience of who you really are, to have that fulfillment in what I call, the business you were born for, you've got to understand what your gifts are, what your purpose is, and incorporate that in your business. And these videos do not focus on that. So eventually you're going to come to a place that's like, I don't know if I really like this. I don't know if this is for me. I don't know. Like I was like, oh, I was just chasing the money, and then there's no meaning in this. There's no symbolism. Like that, my soul is mad right now, and so pay attention to that. Number three, they these videos, when you watch them, and what they prevent you do is they allow you to avoid the real problem. And listen, you need to hear this, and I mean this with love and, also very candidly. The problem with the results you would like to create and what you would like to manifest in your life is all about you, in your head, in your mind, who you believe you are, what you've experienced about yourself, what lies you believe out there. Okay, that is all within you, your mind. And so when you watch these videos, you get to like just have this almost false hope, which I know sounds negative, but it doesn't make you look at you. It's just like, follow these steps, do this, give us this amount of money, and this will happen to you too. Meanwhile, as you're trying to follow those steps, you have so much baggage. You have like like a 500-pound bag tied to you that you don't know is tied to you. And you're like, gosh, why is this taking me so much longer than everybody else? Right? Because you haven't looked around and see that you have a 500-pound bag, and that like maybe you could just cut that rope. Maybe there's a lot of things that you could do to lighten the load, and come from a place of allowing and accepting and stepping into your strengths again, and your gifts. But it's the real problem is how you think, and what you're pursuing, and how you're incorporating who you are into your business. That's when you get clear on that, everything starts flowing. Everything starts happening naturally. The universe is kind of like, yes, you are on the right track. Yes, you have finally showed up for your mission. Yes, we are going to help you. And when you're on the wrong track, everything seems like work. Everything seems like, gosh, why is this so hard? Why does things not fall into place? And it's because you keep going after things and being distracted by these videos or these things that weren't meant for you. Okay. Be very aware of that. And then this ties into number 4. Okay. It's the shiny object syndrome. These videos all teach a different tactic. Okay. And again, some of it might be really good. And if you really, really resonate with their system beyond just the money, that's the key. Beyond just the money, like how they do it, does it resonate with who you are as a person, and your belief systems, and who you want to become? Then that could be like, hey, I want this coaching. I want this help. This sounds good, right? Then, yes, like allow them to guide you. Allow that to be what the universe is talking to you, okay? But don't fall for all the other stuff where it's just like, you go over from this person to this person to this person, and then you're not ever doing any of the things that they're talking about. You're never implementing in a way that speaks to you and that gives your gifts. And so therefore you get 0 results, and you just jump from thing to thing to thing. Now, this has been my number one thing that I'm guilty of, is I've been very successful at different businesses, and I've jumped a lot. And guess what? What I'm doing right now is what I've always known I was supposed to do all along. but I wasn't willing to go through the process. I wasn't willing to like, do all these videos as often as, I'm planning on to now. I wasn't willing to take the time and go through and learn and allow. And a lot of the things I teach now, for years, I had resistance to that. And so I would watch these videos, be like, okay, I'm going to do that because I want the money now. I want to get rich now. I want $1 million now. And guess what? Like that's not how it works. It's a lie. It's a process. Those people don't tell the whole story. They don't tell you that like 10 years of what they learned and then yes, in a year they made $1 million, but it was really within 10 years, right? Because of what they'd already learned. And then they implemented and had some big ahas, got through some blocks, got through some things that were stopping them that they didn't realize, and then boom. But what if you were conscious of that? What if you're aware of that to begin with, and you didn't have to go through those 10 years? You could really look at this and like, so how could you transform your existing business into your gifts, into your purpose, into your areas of genius, and set it up in the areas that are not that for you, to make sure that all components of are working from a spiritual perspective, so that people really align with it, they resonate with it, they feel the love, they know you're coming from service, they know you care, and they know you offer tremendous value, right? So what I admit, like I said in the beginning, I still watch some of these videos, and that's why it comes up on my feed. And I've realized over the last few months, like they're all kind of the same thing. And what I would recommend to you, okay, in which I'm giving myself the same advice, is find the one that you resonate with, okay, and possibly follow their system, and then like is really good at marketing, who's really good at sales, who's really good at mindset, okay? My areas of expertise, I'm really good at selling, I'm really good at mindset, I'm really good at incorporating spiritual principles of who you are into your business so that you can thrive and you feel great and you don't feel like you're even working, and your business really grows because of it. It's basically cause and effect, and being intentional about that. But find your people and then do what they say in the framework of who you are, okay? And don't just try to be them. Be you. So I I'm taking this advice. I have my certain people in these different niches, and obviously there's other niches. And then I just focus on just those things. And then I drive a lot, so I listen to a lot of YouTube videos, and there are some I just listen to for entertainment. But don't fall for these traps. Okay. Don't get distracted by the shiny object. Oh, this idea, this idea. Oh, if I do this, I do this, I do this. Like find who you resonate with and then implement the strategies, possibly buy their products, but show yourself you're serious. And that's the whole part of action. That's the part that what happens with action. Just um replace the word action with belief. That's what action is. It's when you believe that something's possible, you actually start doing things. Okay. So the more you're doing, and hopefully it's the right things, it's not just doing to do, but you're being the belief through action. And it's a demonstration. And then the more action you take, the more the universe is like, gosh, this belief is growing, like this is happening. And all of a sudden, these results beyond what you think is possible start happening. But the action is that flow part of it. And when you actually know how to do the actions that make the most sense for who you are and that light you up and that you get to share your gifts and be of service to a tremendous level, then everything flows. That's all part of the Blissfully process, one of the big things I teach. And so, hey, if you like this video, I would love a comment. I would love for you to share your thoughts. Like, have you fallen for this with the videos? I admit fully that I have over and over, and I'm very diligent. Like, hey, if on this, is there something in that video that I think like I can get a piece of? Because and right away, if I feel like, oh, here we go again, I'm off of that. Okay. Be diligent on what you put into your mind, who's talking to you, and what do you really want. What I sell, what I offer, what I market is to live your bliss. And guess what? Like people don't, it's part of my thing is what does that look like? How can I quantify that? And quite frankly, that's what people want. They think they get the bliss with the money. And it's the exact opposite. You get the money, you get the abundance, you get all these freedom things in your life, just like you wanted, when you come from wholeness, when you're already happy, when your vibration is higher. And that's what I'm teaching. And that's the missing link for so many people. And I'm inviting you on that journey with me. So, looking forward to more videos. I'm going to try to fix that one that I messed up the other day with the sound. And just excited to be on this journey with you. Also, I have a free community with lots of free stuff in there. I know you're like, hey, what does that mean? Go check it out. It's school, SKOOL.com, and it is in the description below. Come join us. Very new in it, but I'll be giving more and more and more in that. And I'm looking forward to seeing you there and on this journey. So let's get your life, let's get your mind, let's get your heart and your business where it's possible. I'm using business as a way to help people wake up. And glad to be on this journey again with you. Much love, my friends, and see you again soon. Bye bye.